Hello, and welcome to the first episode of my quilting show. Today, we have a 1910 Singer treadle machine. Here's all the blocks cut out, and what we're working on is an Americana design. It's a variation of an Ohio Star. I've got this far ahead in the project, and have quilted together squares. Right now, we need to get back to the cutting board and cut up these piles into triangles. Here is our trusty cutting board. We have the two most important tools, the grid guide and your cutter. I particularly like this model because it has a spring-loaded blade where you can't get cut. The blades are sharp, and I've only nicked myself once. Well, right now we're in the process of reducing these squares down to these squares. To take a measurement, these are French, and what we need is 4.5 for the edge pieces on quilt. So we're going to start by stacking a couple of these. The cutter will go through about 12 layers at once. Okay, all I'm worried about is lining up 2 opposing layers, and the rest gets trimmed. So 3. 5, 6, 7, and then I'll trim this stack. So what I do is I line it up. Any arbitrary corner is fine as long as it's lined up edge to edge. I'll find a 1/2 inch in, turn my cutter on, and slice. Easy as that. Now, with not shifting the pile at all, I'll find the other 1/2 inch that I need to trim. And it's easy as that. Now to measure, 4.5 by 4. So, perfect triangle. Now I have to reduce this whole stack into these triangles because these are the filler pieces in between the star design. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of my cutter on heavy and kind of cut out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2, 14 triangles at one time. On the stack over there. The thicker you cut, you save time, but there's a trade-off. For the centerpiece in the piece. If you notice, I just cut all these triangles and they will fit in here, in between the star design. Eventually they'll make squares of and diamonds of blocks all the way down through the pattern. This is the pattern here, that's the outer pattern, and that's the inner pattern. So this is what I'm cutting out now. I just finished cutting out those squares. This pile are to be the corner squares, which are a square instead of a triangle. Just have to see how it goes. Okay, well I'll finish these. And I'll stack those and cut them. And eventually I'll have 4 stacks of all triangles and we'll be getting ready to stitch. For now, let's take a break. So here we go. We're done with the cutting. Here's my corner square for all the blocks. There's my edges of the star. There's the inner block. There's the center. And then these are the filler pieces. Now we're ready to go back to the sewing and start stitching this thing all together.